Hey, goddesses, and welcome in. So, today is day one of our challenge here. So, we're going to get into some hip circles. Hopefully, you have read through the PDF that was posted yesterday. If you haven't, make sure you take a moment to go to the post before this one and download the PDF that goes along with this challenge. So, this morning we are going to just simply start with the very basic of a hip circle. And so, I'm going to simply show you how to do, and as we move through these 10 days, we will get into some different types of hip circles that you can do to make your hip circling more spicy and more fun. If you did not already download the playlist, that is available inside of the PDF. So, make sure you snatch that up. All right, goddess, I just woke up about 16 minutes ago. I woke up to my kids, so that made it a little bit more complicated to get this in. One thing I really like to do is set up some time a little bit earlier than everybody wakes up so that I can take care of what I need to do for me uninterrupted. But that doesn't always happen. This is day one, so here we go. But so if you have children or other things that come up in the morning, please, by all means, wake up in the morning, take care of your very basics, clean your face, clean your mouth, maybe get some water, go to the bathroom, put something on, depending on what you slept in. Now, I didn't. I just threw on some sweats and a sweatshirt, guys. So that's how it's going to be this morning. We're going to go ahead and open up our playlist and let's get started. So it is early in the morning, and I'm going to show you just a very, very basic of a hip circle. So the hip circling is really good for increasing our range of motion, helping with our muscles, with our range of motion, as well as in yogic tradition, the pelvic bowl is the seat of our stored emotions, energetic traumas, and just a lot of stress. So while men typically carry their stress and their tension in their shoulders, which women do too, a lot of the emotional traumas and stresses that we have, we carry here in this hip space, which can cause a lot of different issues. Range of motion is really important as far as when it comes to bending, squatting, standing, being able to have those stallion knees. Like all of that kind of stuff stems from this mobility and this ability to be able to move in the hips. You may find that over the course of these next 10 days, you might have some emotional things go on. You may even question your femininity or am I doing this right? I want you to really observe all of those things that come up for you, but I want you to sort of put them aside. Just observe them. Step back this time and be the observer. And then if you decide to take that into further healing for yourself, you can journal or at least ask yourself the questions of, why these things arose for me, and see if you can take them a little bit deeper. But essentially, it can get really deep when it comes to hip circling. I want this challenge to be fun. I want you guys to wake up and really just get your day going and get your body moving, and hopefully that starts you out in the right direction of building a home practice. If you're interested in learning any other sensual movement technique or specific routines or choreography, or even just the basics, as there's foundational videos as well, go below to the tiers and you're welcome to upgrade. You can sign up for the $15 tier, and that is all inclusive. It's top tier, it's got everything in it, and I'm really hoping as time goes on to develop that space in a way that becomes a really dope space for us to learn our sensual movement and to really just fellowship and function together. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking. We're going to jump into these hip circles. So go ahead and open your feet a little bit wider than shoulders distance apart. And I just simply want you to start moving back and forth. And we're really just testing the hips, warming them up, testing the hips, testing the range of motion. If you just woke up, you can take this very gently. It doesn't have to be fast. If there is mobility issues here, again, we want to just take this very slow. This is all about listening to your body and what your body is telling you. So with feet hips distance apart, we're going to go ahead and put our hands on our hips, and this is just going to help to be a guide. So from this point, we'll begin to just gently push the hip out to the side. And so for some of you that might go here, for some of you it might stick out a little far, but I just want you to do it as far as it'll go. No stress, no strain, and no pushing. And we're just going to note where that is. And then you're going to bring your hips forward and around to the other side. And so I'll show you that from here. Our hip was pushed out to the right, and you're gonna bring it forward, right? And then we'll sit into the other side. So now the hip is that way, right? And now we're gonna bring it back, right? Pushing your booty out toward the wall. And then back into center. And so that probably might feel a little odd or awkward, could feel a little stiff. There's multiple different ways, and so that's okay. With time and repetition is how things will get better. So for those of you that are here because you are a part of my YouTube channel, or you are a part of my Instagram or my TikTok, and you watch my sensual movement, I want all of you to understand that this movement has been in place for me for damn near 20 years, almost 20 years. And a lot of that time was spent in bi-weekly practice, sometimes 3 times a week practice, and then there were definitely stretches and moments of time in my life where this became a daily practice. So repetition and time is what's gonna make you and allow you to get really good at this and to really understand. So we'll go in the opposite direction. We'll push our hips out the other way. We're gonna take them back, around, ooh, and around. Good. Now, on a micro level, we can make that a little bit smaller, right? So bending in the knees just a little bit, or a lot, depending on the range of motion. You can do a pelvic tuck, lifting the pubic bone upward, right? So drawing everything in and up, and I'll show you from the side. That's drawing everything in and up. So if we're out, we're gonna draw it in and up, okay? So you'll bring it up, out, back, and around. Tuck forward, to the side, back, and around, okay? And then we'll try it the other way. So from here, we'll go back, side, tuck forward, side, back, side, forward, side. So that's the isolation. So if you're going to practice isolations, you'll move through those. And I can create a isolations video to put in the studio. So then the next thing that we want to do is aim to smooth that all out. So the intention here, the mindset, our thought in all of this is that we are moving our hips in a circle, okay? So we're not at the throw the ass in a circle yet. We're not quite. We want to imagine a circle, either like literally around us, like this is the circle, this is you in the center of the circle, and this is how you're moving your hips, right? And so you're wanting your hips to really reach out to this side and around to the back and around to the side and around to the front to create your circle. And you want to smooth it out, and you want it to be as fluid as possible. If it feels choppy today, that's okay, no worries. If you don't even hip circle, if this is like your first time coming into this, if you don't have a dance background, like literally there's like 1,000 reasons why it may or may not be smooth. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. This is literally all about setting that intention and mindset and then allowing that to express out through the body, okay? So I'm gonna stop talking. You'll place your hands on your hips if you'd like, get your feet distance apart. You can turn on your playlist if you feel like doing the music a little differently than how I'm gonna do mine. And we're gonna spend the next 5 minutes circling the hips. You may tend to find that the hands have a mind of their own once you allow yourself to let go and really zone in on the movement. And if that is the case for you, that is fine. Allow your hands to freely move, touch your body, float through the air, touch your hair, whatever they're going to do. Just simply be in a space of allowing.
Ask again, and we can be as one for tonight. All in the name of love, yeah. Only have to close your eyes beside me. Be afraid to taste anything you can find. Nothing ever been so pure. You and I will reach it. Oh, baby. If I gave you my love, I tell you what I do. I expect a whole lot of love out of you.
Beautiful. You can wind it down if you want. Inhale in and exhale.
You got to be good to me. I'm gonna be good to you. There's a whole lot of things you and I.
See you guys tomorrow.